Welcome, collective. Thank you very much for joining me for this tarot read today, and thank you guys for all of your views, all of your subscribes, all of your likes. You guys are awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna grab a swig of coffee first because I think I might need to wake up a little bit more. Okay, I think now I shouldn't be so tongue-tied. I'll try and get a little bit more caffeine going here. And let's see, we're going to start with these guys here. This is what I'm being drawn to, so no letters, no numbers. We'll see what the oracle cards have to say for the collective today. What message needs to come forward? Liberation, freedom, true offering. You know what? In this true offering, a lot of times I felt like somebody is going to have an offering coming forward to them. But I feel like it's the opposite way in this read, which is really odd. I feel like somebody is offering themselves up to the universe and sort of like, I'm open to whatever you bring my way. Someone's like found this freedom in releasing perhaps a need to worry about what's coming their way, or a need to maybe control the direction things are going in. I feel like this, I am open. I'm open, universe, to what it is you feel like you need to bring to me. Your path. I feel like somebody's getting in touch with their path in life, like getting in touch with what they think they're supposed to be doing, or what they feel they're supposed to be doing, and their direction they're supposed to be moving in. This is a big transitional time for somebody. Like really coming home to themselves, really figuring out what it is that they want to make them happy in life. I think they've been through some hurts, which is what's triggered a lot of this. And then I feel like coming back to like faith, or coming back to spirituality for help in healing and to help in moving forward and finding direction. Because even in this trust card, I feel like I trust in the universe, I trust in a higher power to bring forward what needs to come into my life and to get me to where I need to go. Karma. Frame. This is good karma. This is this transition that somebody's made, and in this person, I gotta tell you, in this person, I feel like no ill will towards others. I feel like we don't hang on to anger, we don't hang on to resentment. I'm not hanging on to crap from the past. There's like this deep acceptance and this releasing of that, and this extreme openness to whatever it is that the higher force decides to bring your way. I feel like somebody shifted the way they look at things, shifted the way they view life and view the world too, especially with that reframe. The little saying at the bottom says, this is happening for me, not to me. So somebody's recognizing that everything happens for a reason. Maybe something that didn't work out, accepting that there was a reason behind it not working out. It was something that was not meant to be in their lives, and they are better off without it. Because like I said, it's like a shift. It's an extreme shift in the way that somebody views the world. And like I said, I feel like faith and spirituality has been a huge part of it for somebody. Attachment, right actions. Yeah, somebody's been able to let go. Somebody's had to do a lot of letting go of something that was no longer serving them. I keep feeling like tied to the past and emotions, that it was emotions tied to the past. So I'm not sure if it was tied to a specific person or tied to events that happened, but I feel like somebody's been able to let go of that. I'm not going to let this hold me back anymore. I am now open and ready to move forward. And I keep saying this, I'm open to you, universe. I'm open to you, higher power. I trust you, and I trust that whatever you bring forward in my life is what's meant to be. And I feel this, I don't feel the need to try and force anything to work. I don't feel the need to actively try and seek certain things, because I have this trust that when they're meant to come to me, they will come to me, and they will come to me the way they're supposed to as well. Signs. Yeah, somebody is definitely in touch with their spiritual side. I think they're intuitive. Whether they realize it or call it that or not, somebody is intuitive. And part of it is this sort of change that they've gone through. they've actually heightened their vibration, and so they are getting more in touch with that other side of things, able to recognize certain signs as being meaningful. Encourage. And I do feel like somebody had a loss, and this was maybe part of it, part of sort of what they've has triggered some of this giving themselves over to the universe and the trust. I don't know if this is losing somebody close to them, perhaps passing away, or if this was a parting of ways, a relationship that didn't work out. This might even be, I got told this might even be health concerns that somebody went through, and they had to overcome things, and they were able to get healthy again, or they were able to survive or come out the other side. And it's given them this new lease on life. It's given them this new idea, this new direction about the way things are. Courage. I think their faith gives them courage, this person. It takes away the fear. It takes away the fear of loss. It takes away the fear of potential negativity that could happen. I just keep feeling like that faith in their spiritual beliefs and this everything happening for a reason, this deep trust in that higher force, it gives this person the courage and the strength to move on and move forward without any fear, without holding back. We have love, we have companionship, delusion, acceptance. So I do feel in this companionship, we're talking about relationships, like a secondary energy coming forward, building a bond with somebody, most likely in romance. I also feel like this might have been part of what somebody went through and part of what triggered this change. And not actively, because I don't feel like this person is actively out seeking love. I don't feel like this person is actively out seeking romance. I feel like they found sort of a new direction in their path, in their faith, in their spirituality. And it's sort of like, if it's meant to come to me, it'll come to me. But I'm not going out and pursuing it. I'm not going out and chasing it. Just like, it'll come if it's meant to come. I need more cards to sort of work on this one here. Delusion. So I think this actually had to do with the past and what somebody went through. I don't know if it was a relationship and like it was not a healthy one, but this person really wanted it to work, and so they stayed longer than now they feel like they should have, or they wish they would have left sooner, or they wish they would have been able to maybe see a truth or see a clarity sooner. Because I don't feel like this applies to now. I feel like this is the past, and I feel like this doesn't exist anymore. This delusion, this way of working at things. I feel like somebody has extreme clarity now in things, and making choices that are healthy for them, and only accepting connections coming into their life that are adding to their life, not allowing anything to take away. Letting go. Yeah, outrageous openness. That somebody does have that. They've been able to release the anger. They've been able to release the hurt. They've been able to release the fear and the sadness. I just keep getting pulled back to it's their faith. It's their faith in the higher force that they will be looked after, and what's meant to be will be. And it takes away the worry. It takes away all the worry. It takes away the, I wonder what the future holds for me. Will I ever get to da-da-da-da? It's just like, yeah, if it's meant to be, it'll be. It'll come forward if it's meant to. Somebody does have outrageous openness. This is like the healthiest change that somebody could have made in their lives, I keep feeling. This is a beautiful change that somebody is making. I would like a deck of tarot cards to clarify what deck belongs to this read. That's the one I get pulled to. All right. So we're going to get into this a little bit deeper. So Spirit, can you bring me some more clarification on this read and the message behind it? The Hangman. So this Hangman card, it represents the only thing that can stop us from finding success is ourselves. Our fears, our doubts, our insecurities. And I think this person has been able to overcome that. And this was part of the delusion in the past. This was part of what they went through in the past. I also feel like that situation was supposed to come forward for them. That was something that was supposed to be a piece of their path and a piece of their journey, so that they could learn that they were the only ones who could stop themselves from finding success. It's like they were supposed to come to this outrageous openness. They were supposed to come to this time of releasing all that anger, of finding this new balanced way of being, releasing the fear, and really truly embracing their faith and what's meant to be will be. The King of Wands. And the Ace of Pentacles. Temperance. Yeah. This King of Wands was who somebody was dealing with in the past. This person had an anger issue. I don't always get that off of this King of Wands. A lot of times I get some really great vibes off of him that he's, he's driven, he's ambitious, he's got this leadership. This is somebody, in this read, he is representing somebody who is angry. Someone who is angry. I don't know if they were physically abusive or just mentally and emotionally abusive. I feel they were very overwhelming. I feel this person had a temper. And I feel like whoever was in this read and who went through this process tried so hard to nurture this person and to nurture the relationship with this person into something beautiful. They had like the patience of a bloody saint. They had the patience of a saint, hoping that this person would see the light, hoping that this would turn into something beautiful, hoping that this would become what they wanted it to be, a deeper bond and a deeper connection. I think that King of Wands just, they weren't there. They weren't putting in the effort. They weren't building. Perhaps they have a whole lot of shadow work and we're not willing to look at it or recognize that that's what it was. Justice. Justice is about balance. It's about fairness. This could have been, if this was a marriage, that Justice card tells me that this most likely ended in a divorce. But I do see that whoever this King of Wands was, he threw this person off of balance. This person was definitely out of balance while all of this was going on. Like I said, the delusion card kind of came into play. Like somebody's heart was involved. They saw the potential of who this King of Wands could be if they got it together, if this person was able to overcome their anger and contribute to this relationship. They saw that these two people could have a beautiful future together. This is why they stayed for so long. It was like that hope. This King of Wands will get it. At some point, they're going to get it. At some point, they're going to understand. I see who they can be if they would allow themselves to be that, if they would choose change, if they would choose to make a difference in their own life. But there came a point where somebody had to realize that wasn't going to happen. That person was not going to choose change. It was never going to turn into what they wished it could be. It was just what it was. And I do feel like it was a cycle. It was cyclical. And I do feel like it was toxic and perhaps even abusive as well. Like I said, I feel a lot of anger coming off of that King of Wands. And the one thing I will tell you too, the anger that this King of Wands feels, it's somewhere deep inside, and it has to do with something in them. Perhaps something they experienced in childhood too. It has nothing to do with this person who went through this process. It wasn't like, well, if they just would have been easier to get along with. No, it's not that. It has nothing to do with anybody around them. This King of Wands, their anger has to do with something on the inside of them. It has nothing to do with anything that anybody else does. This is an anger that just constantly brews inside of them for whatever reason. And I do feel like somebody had to sever ties. Somebody had to leave. Perhaps for their own safety, they had to leave. They had to get away from this King of Wands, because I do feel running. I feel packing up and kind of like fleeing, kind of like leaving. I think it was really hard too. I think it was really hard to, especially with this Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords figure always has a blindfold, so it's hard finding that clarity or making a choice. I feel like somebody felt a real soul connection with this King of Wands. This was not an easy choice to make, to step away from this relationship, to pack their things up, to leave, to sever ties with this person. But it was the only way for somebody to find peace of mind, to find balance, and to protect themselves. So like I said, I do feel like this was a very toxic relationship. It may have been physically abusive. Like I said, this person got a lot of anger. Whoever that King of Wands is has a lot of anger, and it's not under control. And I feel like they don't look at it like that. Like they don't go, man, I got an anger issue. Man, I just walk around angry all the time. I should figure out why the hell I'm so angry. I really got to work on this and deal it. And to them, it's like normal to feel that way. So they don't recognize that there's a problem, which means they're not even almost going to do anything to stop it or to deal with it. And I feel like that's what somebody had to understand. This is how this King of Wands has chosen to go through the world. They've chosen to go through the world in this angry way. And as long as somebody is with them, they're going to be catching the brunt of that. And it's like, I have to leave to save myself. I have to leave. I have to get out. It's the only way I'll find balance. It's the only way I can protect myself. There's that Two of Pentacles balance. And I do feel like somebody packed their crap up and left. Like they packed a bag, whatever their clothes were, whatever they had, and I feel like they left. They had to leave for their own safety. It was not an easy choice to make, but it was one that somebody had to do to look after themselves. So this was like, it was a rough path. Somebody's been on a very rough path. They've had some really heavy experiences. I get this taking a leap too. So I think somebody thought about stepping away from this for quite a while before they actually did it. And then it was just kind of like, just going for it. It was just like grabbing stuff and just leaving. Just up and leaving. Finally just going for it. The Magician card. I get a weird vibe off of that Magician card. I'm going to grab a few more. Can you give me some clarity, please, on that Magician card? This is the one that fell sideways. The Emperor. I keep feeling like something got set into motion. That's what I feel in this Magician card. I'm going to show you the card. I keep feeling something set into motion. Something set into motion. Like when this choice got made, it set events into motion. It set somebody's path into motion. The Emperor. The Emperor speaks to a figure. It's not the same one. It's not the Knight of, or the King of Wands. It's not the King of Wands. It's not who this read is for. This is speaking to somebody else. I don't know if this was somebody who came into this person's life in some fashion, was able to see sort of what was going on because they were outside of the situation, so they had sort of a clearer view. Right when you're living in it, when your heart is invested, sometimes it's really hard to find clarity in sort of what you should do or a decision to make. This might have been somebody who was just on the outside of things and stepped in and sort of saw what was happening. So I feel like they offered a truth too. I feel like they offered a truth that sort of changed the way this person viewed what was going on here. And I don't feel like the Emperor really demonized this person with the anger issue. I feel like they just spoke a plain truth. This person's really angry. This person has all sorts of anger crap that has nothing to do with you or anything that you do or anybody around you. This is stuff from the inside. This is a way that they're choosing to go through life. They don't see it as a problem, which means they have no intention of changing it because they don't feel like anything's wrong. So as long as you're here, as long as you're in a relationship with this person, you're going to catch the brunt of things. Things will not change. So it's up to you what you want to do. I don't feel any judgment coming from this Emperor. I feel like this was somebody who just spoke a plain truth. And they didn't say, you know, you better leave them, or they didn't say you deserve it, or they didn't, you know, there was like just zero judgment. He just kind of said it. Whoever this person was, they just kind of spoke this truth. And it sparked a deeper thinking within somebody. It sort of sent somebody into hermit mode. And they got really introspective about it. I feel like within that, they were able to find their truth. They were able to find their courage. They were able to move forward and leave. Like I said, I don't feel like they hold anger or resentment towards this King of Wands. I feel like they look at them with a lot of it's like a more deeper understanding. This is what this person's been through. This is probably the cause of their anger. It has nothing to do with me. With any luck, they'll get their crap together, but I'm not going to sit and stew in it with them. I don't wish horrible things for them. You know, I wish them well, wish they would, you know, deal with their baggage, but that's their journey and it's not mine. And I'm not going to hold on to anger, bitterness, resentment. I'm not going to delve back into it. I'm just not going to commit any more of anything to that person. That piece of things is over. Yeah, because somebody was able to take leadership. They were able to find this leadership role in their life, like this Queen of Wands, to find passion and find joy again, taking back their power. And that's part of what this path was that somebody chose. It was taking ownership of their life again. It was taking ownership of the direction that they were going in. These were lessons this person needed to learn, and it actually took them closer to their faith, to their spirituality, and heightened their vibration. They said everything happens for a reason. I firmly believe it. And there were lessons for somebody to learn here. And it was like, don't give too much of yourself to others, or be careful about who you give to. Make sure that the people that you give to are deserving. Now, it was a growing process for somebody. You know, the Three of Swords, it can speak to heartache, but I do see mending in this card too. I see a heart being stitched up. So I feel like somebody's done a lot of healing. They've done a lot of growing. They've done a lot of evolving. World card, Six of Pentacles, and Nine of Wands. And I do feel that they will have rewards from the universe because they are open to it, because they're radically open to whatever comes their way, trusting that what's brought to them is brought to them for a reason. I keep feeling a gift coming. A gift coming. A gift coming. Can you give me a little bit more here, please, Tarot, with whatever this is, this gift coming? The Tower transformation. I feel a big shift and a big transformation for whoever this person is. So something is coming forward in this person's life. Something will come forward that will bring more transformation, that will bring more change. I keep being like a new chapter, starting even another new chapter too. The Knight of Wands. It's like something someone's been hoping for a long time, or been looking for a long time. Can you give me a couple more to clarify? Please, Spirit, clarify what this is, this blessing coming forward. Four of Swords. Ten of Swords. Okay. I do feel blessings coming forward. I feel transition. I feel change. I feel a caution, though. I feel a caution not to slip back into old habits, not to slip back into old ways of thinking with this Devil card. I feel a caution in it too. So whatever's coming forward might trigger some old feelings, and that's what somebody needs to be aware of. Whatever comes forward here might bring up the past a little bit, or emotions from the past, or be a bit of a reminder from the past. I don't know if this is somebody's energy coming back, or somebody new coming forward who's similar, who maybe triggers some of these same emotions, like meeting somebody who shares some of those same qualities as the King of Wands. It's weird because I know there's something positive coming too with the World card, the Six of Pentacles. I know it's a gift. I know there's positivity here, but I also see a lot of negativity, and I see a lot of warnings too. So I'm not sure exactly what it is that's coming forward. I really want to know. I really want to clarify that. The Wheel of Fortune turning. See, there's more positivity. Seven of Cups. Yo. See, that would make sense, especially with the Seven of Cups. This King of Wands energy may come back. It may step forward again, like this Devil card, trying to pull somebody back in, trying to offer somebody to come back in. But I feel like there's some other kind of blessing. I feel a choice. I feel a choice because I got that Seven of Cups, which is choosing wisely. The Eight of Cups, which is leaving the past behind, allowing the past to lie. So I feel like there are options here. There will be options. Some options will be blessings. One or more of them will be blessings. They'll be positive. It'll lead into something new. The positive will be something new. I do feel something old coming back and trying to tempt somebody, trying to pull somebody back into an old way of thinking, that's the thing that's the bad option. That's the thing that has the potential to take somebody away from their blessings and the direction that they're heading in. So I do see this choose carefully. I do see this choose carefully. I do see a need to sometimes set emotions aside and look at things clearly for what it is, because I do feel old emotions getting triggered here too. I keep feeling in this Queen of Cups like emotional zen. So not allowing your emotions to get manipulated, not allowing your emotions to sort of take away some of the progress that you've made. I think this old energy might come crawling back. That would trigger a lot of shit. That was one hell of a relationship, so it would make sense that it might trigger some things. But I keep seeing somebody's wheel of fortune turning. The blessing and the opportunities, the positivities and the reward is in the new. So whatever new steps forward, if it's a romance, a friendship, a job opportunity, a chance to travel, whatever the newness is, that's the blessing. The past is the thing that should be avoided. The past is the thing that's over. It happened for a reason, but now it's done and it's time to move on. Not Three of Pentacles. I think somebody has a fruitful relationship coming forward in the future. I think this is what the blessing is. Whether it's friendship, whether it's love, I'm not entirely sure. But I see in the Three of Pentacles a fruitful bond, a fruitful relationship. That is the future. That is something new that will step forward into somebody's life, and it does not involve the old. Okay, that's the main thing to remember. The death card is here, death and rebirth. Death is a chapter coming to an end, and then a new one being allowed to start. You can't start a new one with something from the old. This is the old needs to be left in the past. That piece of things happened for a reason. It allowed somebody to come into this new beautiful time in their life, and something new will step forward. Absolutely something new will step forward for somebody, and it will be a solid foundation. It will be a committed situation. So even if it's just friendship, it'll be a friendship bond that lasts for a very long time. If it's a romance, it'll be one that lasts for a long time. That's the new blessing that will step forward into somebody's life. Beware of anything old coming back. Beware of old emotions coming back. Your future lies in the new, and the new is a blessing, and it's what the universe is bringing forward. It's your good karma being cashed in, and that's what's coming your way. Alrighty guys, have a great day.